Today, Disney announced all new details about the Beak and Barrel, an all-new Pirates of the Caribbean-inspired lounge coming to the Magic Kingdom. First teased at Destination D23 all the way back in 2023, the Beak and Barrel has been in development publicly for 2 years now, with its official opening date just announced today. Today, we got all new details about the Beak and Barrel, including an opening date, a first look at the menu, merchandise, and most importantly, how to get inside. So today on Theme Park Passion, I'm going to be going over everything that Disney just announced about the Beak and Barrel, and most importantly, telling you how to get inside of what's sure to be Magic Kingdom's most popular place to be. As I said earlier in this video, the Beak and Barrel was first revealed to guests at Destination D23 all the way back in 2023, which Disney then gave more details about this space at the D23 Ultimate Disney Fan Event in 2024. So the Beak and Barrel is going to be replacing a Pirates League, which was pretty much Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, but for kids who wanted to become pirates. You can actually see in the first piece of concept art that Disney gave, a lot of the remnants of the Pirates League were still there. However, the following year at D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event, Disney shared new concept art that showed that this was going to be a much more extensive overhaul than we originally anticipated it being from that first piece of Blue Sky concept art. And this is what we expect one of the main dining rooms in the venue to be like. And at a D23 event in Brazil last year, we got another piece of concept art for a different dining room in the same venue. So we know there's going to be at least 2 different dining rooms in the Beak and Barrel, hopefully increasing the capacity of what's sure to be a very popular place to grab a drink and a bite to eat at the Magic Kingdom. So that was a brief little history of the Beak and Barrel, so now let's go and talk about all the new details that Disney gave us today. So let's start off with that opening date. Disney officially announced that the Beak and Barrel will be opening to guests on August 29th, which if you don't know, is 3 weeks away. Coincidentally, this opening date coincides with this year's Destination D23 event, which takes place from August 29th through the 31st at the Coronado Springs Resort. I find it a really cool full circle moment that this project was first announced at the last Destination D23 and it's opening at this Destination D23. I will be in attendance that weekend, so I'm going to try to get a reservation. Dining reservations for the Beak and Barrel will officially open next Thursday on August 14th. Now, I'm expecting dining reservations for the Beak and Barrel to become available at 6 a.m., which is the time that dining reservations always become available at Walt Disney World. If you are aiming to experience the Beak and Barrel during its initial operating period, you need to book a reservation next Thursday, August 14th. I cannot make this more clear that this is going to be extremely popular and probably will be the most in-demand dining reservation in all of Walt Disney World for a good amount of time. The space is going to be extremely limited in here and everyone's going to want to get to see it for themselves. You need to be ready at 6 a.m. next Thursday to book that dining reservation because it will sell out quickly. In addition, if you're booking further than 60 days out after August 14th, you still need to book at 6 a.m. when your dining reservation sales begin. This is extremely important that you book this reservation as soon as you possibly can, as it's going to be very difficult to grab some last second availability for this dining venue. Now, when you are booking at 6 a.m., a tip that I like to do is to search for that specific dining venue on the app or website in the search menu, then click on that dining venue's homepage and tap on Reserve Dining from there. That way, at 6 a.m., you won't have to scroll through all the other restaurants, and you can be taken straight to the Beak and Barrel's availability, which will save you a couple of seconds. In this case, though, a couple of seconds could mean the difference between you getting a reservation and you going home empty-handed. If you were not able to get a reservation for the Beak and Barrel during your 60-day out period or on August 14th, the biggest piece of advice I have to give you is to keep on refreshing. You can search for 14 days at a time on the Walt Disney World app. It's very easy to search for a lot of days at one time, so I'd recommend you try to search multiple times a day Specifically, when you get closer and closer to the day you're trying to visit, you will see more pop-up availability occur. Especially on those last couple of days, I would check numerous times during those days, as you will most likely see 1 or 2 pop-up availabilities open up for this restaurant. Now, before we talk about the food and merchandise in the Beak and Barrel, I want to talk about my personal expectations for this new lounge, and I think I have a pretty interesting perspective to add to the table. Last week, I was on the Disney Treasure for a 7-night cruise, and I got the chance to experience the Haunted Mansion Parlor. The Haunted Mansion Parlor is a Haunted Mansion themed lounge currently only featured on the Disney Treasure, but will soon make its way onto the Disney Destiny when that ship sets sail in November. The Haunted Mansion Parlor was phenomenal. It was so incredibly detailed, and you could tell there was so much love, care, and passion poured into this project. This type of detail and quality and care is what I'm expecting out of the Beak and Barrel. And from everything that we've seen so far, I think that's what we're gonna get. I would literally go to Haunted Mansion Parlor and get like this fancy version of a cherry Coke only because I wanted to spend as much time in the space that I possibly could. So if Beak and Barrel is as good as the Haunted Mansion Parlor, which I think it will be, this is going to be a sure hit for the Magic Kingdom, and I think people are going to want to spend a lot of time in there. When it comes to food and drinks, I'm going to be highlighting a couple of the options that Disney has shared. You can see all of them over on the Disney Parks blog. So this one is the Treasure Trove, which is a non-alcoholic beverage that also has a couple of snacks included with it. Now with the alcoholic beverages, we have stuff like the Kraken's Catch, which looks pretty awesome, and the Salty Seas Margarita. Get it? Like a pirate says R, get it? Get it? It's a funny joke, right? Right? Now when it comes to the merchandise for the Beak and Barrel, we can see 2 options that Disney gave us a first look at that you can purchase outside of the lounge at a nearby gift shop in Adventureland. First, you can see this parrot shoulder plush, which I'm sure is going to be very popular, and this Beak and Barrel t-shirt, which right now it's only in red, but maybe they'll have different colors available to purchase. But right now we only know about the color red. But anyways though, what do you all think of the Beak and Barrel? I think it looks like it's going to be an incredible space to be in the Magic Kingdom. I think it's going to have such a lively and awesome atmosphere, and I think the theming in there is going to be next level awesome. But let me know what you guys think of the Beak and Barrel down below in the comment section. I really want to thank every Imagineer who's worked so hard to get this project out to us. It's going to be such an incredible experience later on this month. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to see more content just like this. And leave a comment down below letting me know if you're excited for the Beak and Barrel. And leave the keyword parrot in your comment for a shout out in the next video. But with that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all real soon.